Okay, we figured something out. All right, so rook e4, even though it was Engine's top move before that, but after castle it's no longer is. Maybe let's be a little bit more sensible and just take the pawn. Yeah, so pawn takes, rook takes. But I think this is what Magnus wants. So knight to b6 and then to d5. If you survive the direct attack now, after say f5 or
instead of knight b6, like is there some tactics with bishop a3? Or it doesn't do anything?
Bishop a3 you could play, but then just queen c2,
something on
I guess. Just queen c2.
I wanted rook b2 and to get the knight on d3. Does that work?
Rook to b2, I'll have to take. Knight takes, and and then h4 is hanging.
I don't want to lose.
Who put the pawn on h4?
Which might not still be the end of it. Knight d3, at least you shut down the attack, but you're 2 pawns down.
2 pawns.
So e4 was a pawn sacrificed, and then h4.
Much.
To be honest, like looking at the Engine's evaluation of plus 0.7, being 2 pawns up, I'm actually thinking maybe black has compensation. Rook b8, rook b2 being one idea.
f4.
Yes, it's still very tricky, to be honest. Because like the main line goes king to g3 and then bishop to c1, whatever that means.
Yeah. I like this for black.
You know, in human terms, it's just a completely messy position. Let's call it this. Queen to d5 and so on. Right, so that's exactly what you like to see. It's like when Fabi plays Magnus, not the boring rook e1 Berlin, but something of that nature. Yeah, like very, very complex strategic fight.
What's funny for me, if I look at this position, I'm looking always at the potential of the pieces. I'm sitting there, if I'm white, I'm just dreaming of playing the move queen h6. Yeah. I just so desperately want to. I want to take on e4. I want to play f5.
That's why you want to go f5.
So I liked rook takes e4. Once you put it on the board, it felt right.
It felt not bad at all, right? But apparently this knight b2 is very strong.
Okay, and just pause.
It's hard to understand. Yeah.
So f5.
Don't we want to go f5?
We do.
Okay, let's lose one game against the Engine.
Exactly.
Not for the first time. So e takes.
We'll take it as well.
We take, and they take.
And we retreat the bishop.
And we retreat the bishop to not to d3, but to c2. But then, nonetheless, black goes knight d3. I guess we are just not getting there. And because the moment we play queen h6, there's queen e6, offering the queen trade, and then queen g6 comes with a check. So I'm guessing we've done the right thing, but we ran out of attacking pieces. Exactly. So basically, all of our stuff is here in this corner of the board, on the queen side. So we had the right idea.
Okay, so in this position, hold on, that final position that you just had. Final position.
Let me see. Knight d3.
So we take on d3. You take on.
This is very, very.
I understand.
By the way, so pawn takes,
and it's like really strange. There's an open g file, but because the bishop is on e7, it just covers everything. There's no queen g5 checks. I mean,
Black king is safe here somehow.
It's weird, right? Yeah. You just look at the position.
And again,
open g5.
Queen h6 doesn't really work, right?
I think queen
e6 this way or another. And if not for queen h6, black's gonna.
Fabi's king is
There's knight a2 now hanging also.
First of all, it's sort of like
unless there's knight g5.
Magnus is material ahead, and he's attacking.
He's ahead on the clock as well.
And he's ahead on the clock.
And all white pieces are pinned down. This is
terrible. And we can't play queen e2 because knight g3 is a nasty fork. So we have to play king g2 just to get out of all of these terrible pins. Our king is taking a walk. King h3, a2 is hanging. I'm sure he does. He wants to take that. a2 is hanging.
Yeah, white has no active counterplay at the moment. This queen f2 just shut it all down because he has to trade queens.
That must be a winning night ending for black. Although he just says, look, gift me the pawn. By the way, he's still threatening to go queen f2, so it's time for a desperado attack. Right? Queen a5, queen b4, you got to do something.
By the way, we won switch, but Ali Reza did win his game against Wesley So.
Our congratulations to Ali Reza. I think that's his first win in the tournament.
He's waking up for the blitz in time for the blitz.
Okay, so here's the question. Do you have a perpetual check after queen f2? I could play queen c4, but then I give up the a3 pawn.
But then I have queen f1, so I would go for queen c4. I'm going to checkmate white's king.
Queen c4. Well, for those of you who... Whoa, he went queen f2. For those of you joining us late, Karu Khan saw a nice opening advantage, we think, for Fabi. But then some doubtful play gave Magnus a wonderful attack. And once Magnus got his knight to e4, I think that the tide had shifted and Fabi was on the back foot the rest of the game. Queen f2 resigns. He doesn't even go for a check.
When you need a win with black, you play Carlsen.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Great game by Magnus.
Wow. We're going to return to our tournament leader.
I think we're going to see